Yeah, welcome and give us money. That'd
That's
be
a good
great.
start.
Yeah, I'm joined here by Connor and Daniel.
Long after we're dead, and this is now in public domain, like 140 years time, yeah, when it's free, So yeah.
Yeah, we'll be just like Steamboat Mickey. Be great.
Yeah, people are going to make horror games about it. It's going to be great. I for one want to be in a horror game.
Well, people be putting it in like the Prey video game type thing, like where you're walking in and the radio in the background is like us talking, that kind of cool stuff,
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be open to that. From my ghostly afterlife thing. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of. We were chatting, in our group chat, Connor and Daniel and I, and we kind of got the discussion of, the new Rebel Moon movie, where directed by Zack Snyder, and one of the things that Zack Snyder is famous for is just these like slow motion things. Like he's always does the slow motion job. Is there any tropes that when you see like a developer or a director or someone who makes something, and you're like, oh, I know what this movie's gonna be, like M. Night Shyamalan, or Peter Molyneux or anything like that?
Well, Peter Molyneux back in the day, where everything's good and evil, it was like it's like
Yeah.
you're a god, good. You're like this. You're a god, and there's good and evil, and there's Milo, and you can be good or evil, and then I mean, he's the what are the he's the Pixar of game, if you get me. Like Pixar does like what happens if this had emotions, what happens if emotions had emotions, whereas Peter Molyneux is like what happens if this was good or evil, and a god, yeah. So yeah. That's a trope. That's long dead though. He's long,
He's not dead, baby.
Well, no, he's not.
It's like
people go to Googling. There's Peter Molyneux dead, like on Google.
No, just his career. Just his career.
Yeah.
Wait, is he gone now? Is he finished? Is he retired?
I think he's still working for 22 Cans potentially.
What have they made recently?
Goddess Mobile.
But that was ages ago.
Yeah, but they're still like milking that as far as I know.
Supporting.
Oh, the website doesn't have the right HTTPS certificate, so I don't know.
That's a good start. Like us now with our unsecure payment methods.
Yeah, they should really fix their certificate.
Well, that means they're dead then. That means they're gone, surely.
What the hell is wrong with the certificate? Let me
but I suppose just while Daniel's investigating certificates there, I suppose I do know what you mean about tropes. I know it's like when it goes, it's a Hideo Kojima game. Like it always says a Hideo Kojima production or something before it even says the game title. And you're like, I know what this is going to be like. It's going to be an art house movie that no one really understands and doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it'll be arty.
Yeah, I see it when it advertises a game like that. It's like, no, it's going to be convoluted. I'm sorry, Metal Gear Solid fans, and you all love it and stuff, but no, it's just too.
Well, we're not denying that like they're interesting, but they are generally arty, and I suppose it kind of bridges the question of, is it really a game? Like, at what point does should he just go and become a movie director?
Probably. I mean, the gameplay, like the only game I really completed from Hideo Kojima was Metal Gear Solid 4, and I felt like that was quite a good gameplay mechanic wise and stuff. You are right; it's like 5-6 hours of movie cutscenes.
Yeah. Although speaking of games, there was a game that actually tried to properly do that. Quantum Break. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
They unveiled it at E3, and then it kind of came out, and it was like 120 gig download, and it was Remedy as well, which is kind of interesting. But it kind of died. You never really hear it talked about. But they did it where you'd play like for half an hour or whatever, and then you'd literally have to sit and watch like an hour or half an hour worth of like a movie, like a TV show. It was tied in. It was like a TV show and a game in one. Did you play this, Daniel? Do you know what it is?
No, I don't play video games.
Yeah, so it was literally, yeah, but it was a TV show as well. You watch TV shows, so
yeah.
I remember that, but I think I thought there was like some controversy about it or something like that, but I can't remember what it was.
There was a few things, yeah. Well, for the time, like it was a ridiculously big download, and then I think there was stuff as well, like it could just randomly disconnect and mess up, and for a single player game. It had to be always online type thing because it was still downloading footage from the servers or something. Yeah, so I don't know if they ever patched that to change it, but it was like you'd literally play and then, but I don't know, maybe that's what Hideo Kojima should do, make a TV show that complements a game or something.
Probably. I can see him probably venturing once or twice into the TV space. Probably. He probably already has, and we're just being ignorant. We're going to get a lot of Kojima fans be like, "You baka guys."
We have to get our own fans before we get
Uh,
fans that will like him and not like us. So yeah, we'll wait and see.
although, I suppose just on the counter that, have we seen a bit of the death of the egotistical game dev? You know, the way you had John Romero, you had, you don't really have that kind of personality anymore, do you? It's all about like
No.
company, and we'll wheel out this spokesperson who's going to be correct and say the correct things and not get us in trouble. And like, you don't really see those big personalities. Like John Romero, ironically, actually lives in Ireland these days, down in Galway, has a small
Really?
little indie studio. Yeah, Romero Games. Him and his wife Brenda, they live down in Galway City. They
Wow.
make their own.
What game?
I think they made like Empire of Sin, and they're working.
Oh,
on
right, they made that.
Yeah, but they're based in Galway City for the last nearly 10 years.
Oh.
So for those younger listeners, John Romero helped create Doom. He also made this abomination called Daikatana as well.
Yeah.
A very infamous marketing campaign.
See, this is why I don't necessarily follow like just because the dev goes in like John Romero. That's why the egotistical dev is slowly dying. You still get the indie ones who, when they get big, then they get too kind of big for their brain. Like what was the game? Super Meat Boy, I think it was released. Had a I only found this out recently, but in 2010 when it got released, they had the game talking to the database server itself. So like talking to the database rather than like through an API, and it's gated and stuff like that. And 4chan got involved, and apparently hilarity ensued. But the developer of that was like, no, it's all secure. I know about this. I know this stuff, and it's shock value. He didn't know, So yeah.
Yeah. No, I
But yeah,
think
coming back to what Darren said, like the other one is like you mentioned is M Night Shyamalan. Like the trope is like a twist. He announced a new one. People are like, he announced a new movie recently, and it goes, people are already guessing the twist, but despite the movie not being out, or despite just a trailer dropping, and people believe the twist is it's based in the Sixth Sense universe. That kind of
Well, I suppose at what point though, like I can imagine he goes to make like a historical period drama at some point, and it's just a straight shoot period drama. There's no twist, but everyone would be convinced that some small detail is a twist and means something far deeper than it does because of his reputation.
Yeah, I think the biggest twist that he ever did was he made Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the twist was that it was really shit.
Yeah. There's no twist in that, I guess.
The twist is that I didn't follow the lore and just was shit. But yeah, no, I can't ever watch an M Night Shyamalan because I don't like being in a movie where I'm expecting a twist. If someone says, "Oh, there's a twist at the end of a movie," I literally I'm not going to watch that movie because I hate sitting there going, "Is this going to be the twist? Is this the twist?" No, don't spoil things by saying, "Oh, the ending was right. I was surprised by the ending." I'm going to punch it in the face. Let me be surprised by the ending.
My thing is that you're forced to watch it. Not so much as that I know there's a twist. It's more that if it's crap, I'm still going to watch it going, where's the twist? What's the bigger reveal? That's my problem watching it.
The twist are the friends we made along the way. And it's like, no, it's not. Shit.
And any other tropes? No. Like the other trope is like this the cinematic thing is like it's hinted. It's going to be part of some universe. Like the recent one about what's that movie? It's based in the Kingsman universe, and it's like,
is this when they do a post credit scene?
Yeah.
And then it's like
well,
instead of letting a film being standalone.
I think there's a movie. I think Argyle. It's called Argyle. It's like it's a very crappy movie on I think it's Netflix or something. Or maybe it was released in the cinema. But basically, it's like Henry Cavill's in it. There's a woman. She's an author. But guess what? Like the spy novel she wrote is actually true. And what happens is she keeps seeing Henry Cavill as there's a spy helping her, but the spy is played by one actor. But every so often she'll see Henry Cavill replace the spy and then jump back. And at the end of it, it reveals she's at there give basically, spoiler alert, that she's actually a spy who was brainwashed and wrote books on what she actually knows in the spy world, and she didn't know. And at the end of it, she's doing a book reading, and Henry Cavill's in the audience. Is like, oh my god, like he's actually there. It wasn't imaginary. But then it reveals that it's actually part of the Kingsman universe.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
watch the
amazing.
pitch meeting of it. Watch the pitch meeting of it. It's a horrible movie.
Do you remember like 15 years ago, like people were like, "Oh my god, a connected universe! What a cool idea!" And now these days, it's like a connected universe. Oh fuck's sake! Like,
Well, the worst thing about it is in Argyle, it's based in the Kingsman universe, but like Samuel L. Jackson's in Argyle, like, and he doesn't play the person who plays in the Kingsman, so it's like, what do we do here, guys?
one of them was an evil twin. There,
Yeah.
see, I'm a Hollywood writer now. Problem solved.
I mean, you can have doppelgangers. It's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, doppelgangers do exist.
So yeah, that's the cinematic universe trope. That's another trope.
Yeah, I was more kind of angling at like if someone was directing or making something, and you're like, what that movie's gonna be like, or it's gonna be shit or good or
Yeah, Kevin
whatever.
Farage, any of his movies, cinematic universe. There you go. Is that the trope you want?
I've forgotten the name of the director, so that like I don't know, kind of ruins the point. But there's some director where the audio mixing is always really bad in his films, so it just sounds like everyone's kind of mumbling. You can never hear the characters clearly. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, like, yeah,
Like
you
Zack
got-
Snyder is a perfect one. Like you said at the start when this is how we started the topic. Zack Snyder with his cinematography. We'll watch the Justice League or anything. It's like, oh, look at these. Oh, look at these with this landscape. And like, whoa.
So you just gotta be a photographer, mate, will you? you
Yeah,
clearly don't want to do the rest of the filming part. You just want to do the cool shots.
No, you don't understand. You have to watch the Snyder cut. The Snyder cut is
there's,
what's really,
there's
really
6 hours of missing content that makes it good. I
6
mean,
hours of corn and harvest. Yeah. Woo.
Michael Bay is another one. Like, you're going to get some
Yeah.
explosions, or you're going to get some big explosions.
Yeah. I haven't heard his name in years. I don't even know what he's up to.
He's probably cancelled.
Yeah.
They're all cancelled. These I don't know, but like he's probably, I don't know, cancelled for explosions. Who knows? They were insensitive to someone. Explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he's made recently. Probably just Transformers. That's it. Maybe
Probably.
Transformers.
Well, the next up, I'll tell you what the last thing he directed was that came out was something called Ambulance. It's like there's no explosions in it. Funny enough, it's actually like Jake Gyllenhaal and stuff. It's actually just probably a job of it. Well, I don't know. Two robbers steal an ambulance after their high school's away. So there's probably explosions.
well, yeah, maybe it gets to the very end of the film and then there's a post-credit scene explosion or something.
Yeah, but get this, right? He has one upcoming movie he's directing, just one, right? And guess what it's called? You know there's going to be explosions with this title, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Robo Apocalypse.
Okay.
Sounds like a sci-fi original, am I right?
It does, yeah. Do you remember when those movies are confined to the Sci-Fi Channel and now they're in the cinema?
I mean, there you go. There's a trope. You see something from the side coming on the side. Like, one of the funniest things is when you have a fate. Like, let's say you love a book that got adapted, right? And this is one thing that so I used to read a book from an author called Terry Brooks, and it's like the Shannara series, right? Yeah. And that got made into a TV series. Like, fortunately, it was made by like MTV, so I instantly knew it was going to be, and I just didn't watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened to turn into like 16 and pregnant or something? Like
yeah, probably. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. But yeah, it's just yeah.
Well, the sci-fi trope for me is that it's going to be right. A sci-fi movie's coming out, right? It's going to be one, end of the world, right? Or some major catastrophe. Two, a scientist needs to stop it. He has to find a way or save his son and do something.
Why is it always a scientist?
I mean, the car salesman's not really going to come along and be like, we need to like build a rocket or something.
But you could do an interesting one. It's like, the aliens come down. We're going to take over, and he's have the car salesman. He's like, I'll cut you a deal. I'll sell you Earth for this, that. You could
isn't that War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise? Wasn't he a mechanic?
No. He worked in the docks as the thing. He had a mechanic friend. He's a dock worker. He worked on the.
Well, there you go, dock worker saving the world. Well, he didn't really save the world. He just pointed out that birds were attacking the tripods.
because
Right.
of the bacteria, because of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
Well, yeah, and as Connor says, on that note, on COVID, no, but yeah, that's good discussion.
Good times.
Was
Good
it?
times.
Good times. Yeah. So there you have it. If you have any kind of tropes that you want to mention, please get in touch. Send an email to virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. But well, then I've been your host Darren, and I've been joined by Daniel and Connor.
Thank you, Darren Blank. Thanks, Connor Blank.
Shut up. So yeah,
Beep.
Diane's just saying because I accidentally said my full name, so I had to redo that take. So yeah, well, that's in the take now. So yeah, get fucked everyone.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, Darren Beep and Connor Beep.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.